New at noon, a special honor today for first responders during the condo collapse.
A ceremony was held for two task forces who helped in rescue and recovery efforts during the tragedy. Local 10 News reporter Annalise Garcia is live in Doral.
And she tells us about the coin each task member received today. Tell us more about that.
Christy, Janice, yeah, many men and women stood right here today to receive these coins. On one side, you can see it has four very powerful words to describe Task Force 1 and 2. On the other side, you can see it has a partial building collapse. CFO and State Fire Marshal Jimmy Patronis and other local leaders honored the efforts of the men and women from the Florida Task Force 1 and 2 Tuesday morning.
These were the first two USAR teams that responded to the scene at Surfside.
Every task force member who assisted in the rescue and recovery efforts during Surfside received a Surfside Memorial Challenge coin during this year's USNR recognition ceremony.
I know that I saw the work of God when hundreds of urban search and rescue teams showed up and working on this mound of rubble, fighting to ensure there was any signs of hopes of life.
About 8 months after the catastrophe, Frank Garcia with Task Force 1 remembers arriving at the collapse site that day.
We train all year long, and there's no way to be prepared to that level. She had just gotten certified, and that was going to be her first deployment.
Garcia tells us the collapse took an emotional toll, but the support was endless.
I've had some really high moments in Surfside and some really low moments.
USAR Task Forces 1 and 2 battled the rain. They battled the heat. Their boots and gloves were destroyed. They had to keep respirators on.
These coins, a small token to honor the great work these men and women put forward at this tragic site. On one side of the coin, there are words: respect, unity, courage, integrity. On the other side, a partial building collapsed. So everyone who stood here today walked away with one of these coins, and the fire marshal also mentioned that he's working toward getting $10 million in this year's budget to put it toward those two teams. I'm live in Doral. Annalise Garcia, Local 10 News.